Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, it's Regit, and again, it's been flipping ages since I've said that. So long, so many academical things in between. I was back briefly for a stream and people welcomed me with the common phrase, "Why haven't you done Street Fighter?" Well, I don't know. The biggest extent of Street Fighter I've seen so far is the tweets from Ponos about it. Still can't make videos on demand, have to schedule these recordings for when I'm back home and I can speak in this loud projecty voice. The only voice that doesn't warrant people saying that it makes me sound depressed. So I can't just do things as and when they arrive. I have to wait for an opportunity to do those things if they still happen to be around, and then I also have to be able to find the time to edit and upload it afterwards. A lot to ask of my situation, which is why you only saw, well, nothing in October. I'm not dead, but I'm sort of forcibly lying dormant. I know very little about Street Fighter, and I mean, I guess that means that I'm not as excited as other people would be, but at least I know I'm pronouncing it correctly, as I didn't do with Evangelion. When I finally knew what that was immensely exciting. I recognise, like, him from the iconography. Definitely don't recognise that chappie, but he's great. The designs look nice, certainly. There's a role, that's why people are asking me about that. It's good when a collab has an Uber role with it, to be fair. Is it going to sell me something? Yes, it is, and the answer is still no. And crikey, there's a lot. Purple stages. Wow. New challenger has very little time left. Let's just find out what that is. And oh, that's nice. I like the little plane. There's me. Hello, chappie. So our first stage is versus Zangief. I hope within those I've said it correctly somewhere. The map background design was interesting, as is this. It's a sort of club environment. Now, those are places I don't go while at university. Expensive, busy, loud, and apparently sweaty. Why do people go to them? Ooh, it's a chappie what needs a shave, to be fair. What a lovely attack animation. Ponos are up in their game. We're getting like more than 2 frames per attack animation. I mean, not to knock animation. I could understand why it's a reduced number of frames. You have to animate each and every one. But when you have more frames, look how beautiful it is. Oh, that was it. That's a little bit weird because you've got a map with other things on it, right? But that's not part of the stage. That seems a bit off. I don't think that is thought out massively well in that case, because it's going to be the same map for other levels but in different places, right? Why isn't it just a zoomed in section that looks like that so it doesn't fill me with the expectation that we're going to be moving on within this stage? I just think expanding out on the map like that gives you a false expectation. I love the sparkly verses though. That's lovely. I think that's one of the better Battle Cat backgrounds, and as I say that reminds me to have a look behind the Iron Curtain. Looks like we got Street Fighter easy, normal and hard, none of which should be massively difficult, so all of which should be fun. Oh, it's a time score stage and we're in Brazil. Let's get our slot 4 out and go straight into it with the essence of speed behind us. Oh, Tropicali. Nice. It's bringing me all sorts of Malibu-y vibes. And blokey green bloke is already dead. Maglev's going to take a little bit longer than would need be, and I could have just done a Manic Lion. That would have been sensible, but huge score anyway. Illuminating Flame from India. 5 more energy. Can we be 5 more quick? Whatever that means. Oh, I'm really liking these backgrounds. They have done an absolute cracking job with the art for this one. Collab-wise for art, I think only Evangelion can rival this so far. It's looking brilliant. Bonus stage! Okay, I assume that's a Street Fighter thing, because otherwise that would be completely random. Oh, it's as well as being a car as a base, which is a really interesting thing to do. Oh! Killed it, I see. The stage background also looks like shooting and looting. Oh! Blue Jade now as we enter China on our speed running continuation. The Black of Night with an urban area, normalish background, but in this sort of nice sense of realism that we've got going with this Street Fighter collab. And this must be Chun-Li, who put up a very good fight, let's be fair, for an easy stage. Oh, it's Spinny Man. Very satisfying attack animation, to be fair. He could spin me into oblivion, and I don't think I'd even mind too much. But it's a nice quick victory and got all the score awards that we need. Next, Impregnable Fortress. I see, it's like Area 51 or something like that. Nice aesthetic plane, and I'm surprised it got over a score of 9,000 because that was actually quite slow going. Invincible Fist. We now appear at In-Jup-Un. Let's jump in. We're on the rooftops. That's fantastic. Right, let's take the 1 health off. Yeah, okay, that was a bit of an interesting one. And there we go. We got the cat. Brilliant. Well, that's good. Are there star stages? No, there aren't, but there's more to do. Plenty of levels in each sort of subchaptery type stage. Oh, I see. It's the same, isn't it, when you go into it? Let's just briefly recount. No. Yes? Not quite sure. Almost like star stages, but with slight differences. Let's investigate the nuance, he says, knowing that everyone already fully understands whatever this nuance will be. Chun-Li surely stands no chance, although she might, with accomplices. Flippin' crikey. Almost had a bit of a fight on our hands there. I was briefly considering whether these are actually normal difficulty. Because, yes, it says normal in brackets there, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's the same difficulty. It might be 3 consecutive things higher up the difficulty chain. No, normal difficulty. Either thinking it's more difficult than it is, or finding it more difficult than it is. Ooh, Bullet Train takes a healthy chunk off of that. It's Spinny Boy. Can Maglev deal with him? Not in one shot, he can't. Let's see if he has enough health to go for another one. I mean, he should in normal difficulty. And there we go. Snipes the base, in fact, for a 9,500 score. Now, for a bit of China. Oh, that was a flash of colour. It's Chun-Li, and again, the one I can't remember the name of, but in human form, them both, giving a whole sort of aura of flashing, explosion-y stuff and action before we defeated them, because they are, nay, only normal difficulty at the moment. A bonus stage, but bonus energy required. Let's watch an energy recovery video. Is it possible to do much the same thing then? Car on a strange seafront? No, it's got loads of health this time. Oh, crikey, okay. Well, Manic Lion and Maglev seem sensible. Is it realistic to save up for Abraham? No, probably not with the intermittent hits of Maglev. We just spam Manic Lions and that will get rid of it more quickly. Is that good enough? It looks like it's good enough. I think we've achieved everything there. Good, let's move on. Exactly 120 energy takes us into Russian Blaze. Let's do our classic start off. There's a 1 horn. I'm liking this. It's clever. So it's the same kinds of levels, but with differences that you don't find in star levels, like different enemies, different backgrounds. Looking a bit Avengers-y. Nice. And I think that is an interesting way of doing it. Slightly reducing the workload as well, but keeping it new enough. We have got Mystic Man and Green Boy at the same time. Well, that's an intriguing one. Abraham has just gone... dealt with it all in one fell swoop, and that will absolutely do. 747, 747. Yeah. Ooh, 3 at a time this time. Right, Cat Machine is being employed. Maybe Abraham would have been better for speed, but we can get it now because Green Boy hath been gone and defeated. Sorry, Green Boy. That's also a brilliant death animation from Spinny Boy. Sort of clutches at his previous life. No! And then he's gone. All of these animations and designs so far have been wonderfully slick. Oh, Kiki Boy. He's a bit different. Looks like an absolute mad lad. Let's deal with him. Oh, no. Okay, got more than 85,000 health, but not more than about 170,000. So eat that, Kiki Man. For the final time round then, Iron Cyclone. How difficult is it going to be? Well, the Doge doesn't survive the Maglev, so not ridiculously so, but the enemies could prove me wrong in that. We've got Dark Doges this time round. Great for initial monies as well, because that has almost given us Neighbour Helmet. There it is. Spinny Boy, I assume now, will have very little chance to succeed, though, of course, Dark Doges, Gabriel Doges, Peons, not great for Abraham. Spinning attacks, also not great. He is being well and truly flummoxed. He's dead. I mean, credit to you, Chun-Li and Spinny Boy. Oh, brilliant set of rebounds from Maglev there, actually. Chun-Li working in its favour. Oh, crikey. What's this Boomerang Man? Oh, he's Green Boy. Why has he been moving past stuff so much? That is quite mad, Mr. Green Boy. Like a sort of really on steroids, but yet so much nicer than a Brollo. Now we have Kiki Boy. Loads of floaty stuff. Owlbrows and Mooths. We've got a whole huge clump of things, and they're going to deal with the base incredibly quickly. So quickly, by the end of that phrase, it is all over for Impregnable Fortress for the final time. Rush and Blaze is out of our energy capabilities. and as we've only done 2, I guess I'm going to have to sacrifice another leadership. The things I do for you. Oh, there's a seal coming out, but before it could get within our range, we activated Hippie Hair Man. This was Fire Person. We've seen them before. I apologise, Fire Person, for giving you a new name and confusing you. Okay, with the fire is almost like a bit of a Mr. Mole attack, so Cat Machine's going to struggle. Fantastic snipe of Otter there. I don't know how we achieved that, but sometimes, quite often, with my levels of skill, the best things happen by accident, and that was a good thing indeed. Generic Street Fighter now will be no match because he attacks normally, and that is to his detriment because we can deal with that just fine. Okay, Rush and Blaze is going to be rushed and blazed to the ground. Another success. For these bonus stages, honestly, bonus debt of energy. Let me guess, 1 million health or something ridiculous? No. 2.5 million. Right, well, I'm going to put a Manic Lion out as well, but this time it will definitely pay to have a Bahamut there as well. A load of Manic Lions just ain't going to cut it. That is one chunky car. 2.5 million health, and they can't even afford wheel arches. We've only just got under 1 million health, so it's taken quite a while. I wonder whether we're going to get all the necessary rewards here. Have we been fast enough, or is this going to be something where it's actually going to be very difficult to find a technique that will be quite fast enough? Only now getting into under 100,000 health, and finally loads of XP that I don't need, but we needed to get past the level anyway, so not much of a bonus because we can't avoid it, but we've succeeded in all of its parameters. 8,000 needed for Illuminating Flame. I was about to say, will Maglev finally be met at its own match and not get rebounded, but instead killed? Yes, the Dark Doges have made it meet its fate. Can do it? Well, aided slightly by some semi-meat shielding from the Manic Lion, yes it can, and we have Mystic Man as a reward with also his incredible balance. He weakens a lot, but he doesn't damage us a lot, it seems. We're dealing with him completely adequately. Tropical Kalisa didn't even really get a chance in there, but she finishes off the base. 8,600 score. That is enough to move us on. All rewards gotten to Blue Jade. Now at 200 energy, it is going to be that I've only got 1 net leadership out of doing this. So I mean, the people who have the opportunity to measure themselves out and do it slowly and just when their energy recovered would have benefited hugely from all of this. Me, not so much, but it's still fun. And Chun-Li, to be fair, knows what she wants, and she's not going to let anyone stop her or get near her. I've slow beamed her a while back. That's not going to be helpful for my units. That's just going to keep them brushed away for ages. She's like a furious duster, and we're like, well, I guess that makes us like fluff and dirt, and she's just keeping us away from the surfaces. But she has been vanquished like we are some horrible super bug. Not selling myself very well, but in any case, we've succeeded in Blue Jade. What is there yet left? Invincible Fist? Spinny Boy has absolutely mercilessly dealt with my Bahamut. With the BB Bunnies coming out in parallel to Spinny Boy, it's going to make it very difficult to get to him. I feel like I might need to change tack slightly. Will Cat Machine be chunky enough? No, I don't think so. I think these are sort of knockback ability kind of knockbacks that will just continuously move us back. But something good happened there. I don't know what it was, but we succeeded. We got Fire Boy, Normal Boy, and Corey. Well, we got Cat Machine, so unfortunately for you, Corey, your impact is going to be absolutely negligible, and I assume that you will be off the mortal coil in a matter of seconds. Only the Street Fighters can stop us now. I really think, unless Ponos have readjusted the difficulty levels, this is not a hard stage. I'm thinking this is at least expert or veteran, judging by how difficult it is to deal with the stuff. I know I've only got a fast stuff slot, but some of this stuff is incredibly highly leveled. So either it's just saying hard on the difficulty menu to synchronize with the naming of the level, and it's actually a more difficult difficulty in reality, or Ponos have re-gauged the difficulty, which could have happened. I've been out the loop. Look at this. I was about to announce a roll. I was all ready with my 1500 cat food that I have recently reached as of completing all of those subchaptery stages. But in all fairness, we've got another starter special. Love a starter special. Makes it a very reasonable price indeed. So these are all the names anyway. So Mystic Man was Darlism. General Man was Ryu. Guile is Kiki Boy. Zangief, who we were debating the pronunciation of, is Spinny Boy. Ken is Fiery Boy. Blanca is Green Boy. And we knew who Chun-Li was. 750 cat food all over the capsules. Pole vaulter might slow zombies. Ooh, not sure about that. Might help the health. If I remember not to like exchange everything for NP, that can be a NP or use round. Ramen, well I can answer that one certainly. That's more health for the boy. Juliet, now, hang on. Proc. That's normally help by a plus level. NP or use. Rover cat, definitely health. Delinquent cat, that's a procker as well. NP or use. Paris, well we know that one. Fantastic. Level 6. I shouldn't have counted that. Flipping sake. Sometimes knocks angels back. We're going to give that one an NP. Sushi as well. That's health. Going to go straight for that. Level 40 now. Bum 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 bum. Spinny boy! No, hang on. He's Green Boy. He's not Spinny Boy, though, because the other one's Spinny Boy. I'm sorry for appropriating so many of these characters, because I can't even keep my nicknames consistent. Massive Omni Strike? I'm going to have to learn what that means now. And in addition, another Uber Super Rare. This is Spinny Boy. Zangief, maybe. Who do? You do. You're an Omni Strike. Might avoid zombie damage. That sounds useful. Good. 2 Ubers at the end. That'll do. Back we are, and an opportunity to see the menu screen, which I haven't seen yet. And it's great. I mean, we've got our classic variation on what was there before. I feel like, still can't remember his name, blends in quite well in the same way as what was there before. Let's see what's in my mailbox. I should think this is probably from before. Yeah, okay, this is what, from being like adept or something. Now we have the energy to give Street Fighter Hard a completing go and get done all the stages that I've had experience of so far. Speaking of that, I had a little bit of experience of one more stage that wasn't in any kind of video recording time, in a tiny little stream that also I think had an important little social message to it. Hearing you brings pain. It usually does, I'm afraid. Cody, Braz, thank you. Hi bro, what's up? What is up is that you've given me some money. Let's do it. Right here, right now. And then I'm going to go to bed. Sedouche. If I may be allowed to make a request to people, that you stop calling me being quiet or reserved in my speech depressed or depression or some similar form. If we stop to think about it, this is sort of, a little bit quieter and slower than, but basically normal speech. What you hear on a video is really exaggerated form of a person's speech, projecting to an audience and trying to excite them. It is nearly 11 o'clock at night. I need to be quiet out of a form of respect. I can't be all loud. You know, I'm making the effort to be there for this stream for you, but please don't call it a depressed voice. It trivialises depression where you really shouldn't be doing something like that. Afford the respect towards mental health and not call someone depressed if they're being quiet. I've achieved what I wanted to achieve. I should get to bed. Warrior of Nature then. I think we'll still go back to slot 4. What if we made a small little change, something like this, or maybe even this, for the sake of range, and just briefly swapped it out with, say, cat machine. Would that work in our favour? Well, we're about to find out. Warrior of Nature, for the final time, begin. First of all, Agori one-shotted that, so we've done rather well there. Going to get a Mega Aphrodite out now. And there is Green Boy, giving us a clear run with Manic Lion there, 2 hitting him with a Bahamut. Thought we'd got him in 1, but he just span out of existence briefly, but he was knocked back so many times in a row there, but came back with a vengeance, absolutely melting my Bahamut into nothing. It's fine. Got all sorts of other units coming along. Constant Manic Lions, I think, are doing a brilliant job of just keeping everything behind the base. Chun-Li is again doing that attack that brushes me away really quickly, but actually, with everything in just such proximity to the base and them not in front of it, we've just blasted through it completely, and that has gone rather well. And that's just it, completed and done. Well, that was Street Fighter... That that was the Streetfighter collab. I quite like it. I really do quite like it, actually. I know very little actually about Street Fighter, but from what I saw, everything was brilliantly designed. It fit together well. There were plenty of stages to satisfy my appetite. There was a gacha roll. I think that can fairly solidly compete for my second favourite collab, and I think it's a little bit of a shame that I won't have had more opportunity to have a go at it. But before we go, let's have a rare ticket opportunity. An Angry Delinquent Cat, again, I'll put that out for NP or use, and a final rare cat ticket to round off our experience of all of this. And it is Fencer. Okay, fair enough. I can't even remember that one. That's a procker as well. I'll leave that up to you. Lots of choices for you to make. Nice bit of democracy. We all like a bit of that, I hope. I guess that'll be it then, though. Thank you for popping along to my experience of Street Fighter far after everyone else has experienced it. I hope you've enjoyed it all as well, and I hope that this video has been at least nearly as much enjoyment as the collab has been to you. And on that note, I shall be off to leave these units floating around to your will. And choose wisely. He's waiting.